Since you guys seem to like my coverage of infamous killers, I'll continue with that trend by giving my thoughts on the mentality of Grant Amato, a Florida man who murdered his family for interfering with his ability to pay hundreds of thousands of other people's money to a Bulgarian porn star. Grant Amato is the ultimate incel slash Coomer, a guy who's so addicted to porn and obsessed with the idea of being in a relationship that they would go to extremes to satisfy their sex addictions. Now, while I don't mean to insult people who are lonely and horny, I share people's disgust towards a man who took advantage of and ultimately murdered his generous family for trying to control his vice. Other Twitch streamers such as Hassan Piker reacted to Amato suggesting that simply watching porn would have satisfied his desire, but it wouldn't have addressed his apparent desire to connect with a human being.
I just don't understand it. It makes me mad that I don't understand it. Porn is fucking free. Like, do these people not recognize that porn is literally free if you want it? But I guess it's more so like, just like feeling like this person knows you and changing the content or something. I don't know.
The part that I don't quite get is Grant's one for a Bulgarian woman specifically. She doesn't look particularly different from many American women enough to justify seeking out a foreigner, but that might just be my nationalism talking. There are apparently a lot of American men that want non-American women for some reason. Not just manosphere dwellers who explicitly look for women who aren't tainted by feminism, but women who are explicitly Slavic, Nordic, Asian, or Latina. It could be a fetish for them, or it could be that there's some cultural quirk to them that is non-existent in women from the United States. But why would they want non-American women? Europeans don't believe in showering on a daily basis like us clean Americans do. North Koreans may be the cleanest race ethnically, but we Americans are the cleanest race in the literal sense. Personally, I'd find being insufficiently sanitary to be a turnoff. Of course, that doesn't seem to bother other people, so I guess I just don't get it. The reason I brought that part up was when porn star Addy Sweet MFC, real name Sylvie Ventislavova, whatever the fuck your name is, okay? You're a Bulgarian, you're weird. Anyway, she's on MyFreeCams and OnlyFans and was informed by Grant's family that he lied to her about his money and that he was an addict who would steal money from other people just to pay her.
It states that it informed Grant that they had reached out to this woman to let them know, or to let her know some of the things that Grant had been saying weren't 100% true, and that he wasn't allowed to communicate with her anymore based off of those lies.
Now, she continued taking advantage of the situation by continuing to collect money from Grant that he stole, instead of doing the right thing by freezing the payments. She completely took advantage of the fact that American law enforcement can't really go after her, and that the Bulgarian government wasn't particularly interested in extraditing her to the United States for being an accomplice in theft and murder. Maybe what we need to do is geo-block the rest of the world so that can't happen. Sing with me! America, America, over everyone in the world. But seriously, that was really messed up. Grant Amato shows traits common with incels. He's a single, lonely, sex-crazed guy who's incompetent at getting into a relationship by normal means, even though he wants to. This by itself isn't what's worth condemnation, though. He feels entitled to what he wants and gets violent when he doesn't get it. He remorselessly lied to people, stole from them, and murdered people, his family specifically, all to satisfy the desire that he felt. When the videos that Grant and Sylvia exchanged were shown in court as evidence, Grant Amato complained that his privacy was being violated. He didn't seem to care about how he violated the wallets or lives of others, so why should anyone care about how he feels at that point? You Europeans are going to be like, "Revenge is so barbaric! Stop it, Americans!" And my reaction to that's like, or else what? You're going to pout and do nothing? How about you make us stop being punitive? Oh yeah, that's right. You won't! Grant Amato shows no remorse, a key trait of people who have antisocial personality disorder. Yeah, I know this reeks of armchair diagnosis, but the time he was crying in court wasn't for murdering his family, but for himself. He was upset that his contact with Sylvia was cut off. These feelings seem to be one-sided, however, as she's apparently going to go strong without him. I'd show you more evidence, but you're going to have to just see Sylvia's content on your own, as I'm trying not to give YouTube a justifiable reason to censor me with all of the people on the left who are looking for reasons to report me. It may be softcore porn on their websites, but that's still enough to get you in trouble on YouTube. Now, Grant Amato is in prison where he can't easily hurt anyone anymore. He's lucky if he doesn't have to be in solitary confinement or protective custody, as I'd imagine other inmates would want to kill this guy for all the things he did. It's difficult finding information on Grant Amato, which makes little sense to me as he didn't want to become famous the way Robert Bever did. Releasing info to the public could help society learn a lot. Maybe he was genuinely delusional, thinking that Sylvia gave a rat's ass about him and not his money. But I can't believe a word Grant says, given how many lies he's told so far. If he can't be fixed, then he has to be put out of society's misery. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.